founding Lander Career Co.
That's right. I do really love it, and I feel like, I'm good at it. I enjoy it so much. I help a lot of people, really works for me. Um, in recruitment, it's a low margin business, and at a certain point, as an employee, like, a significant share of my revenue, was being split, and so at the end of the day, I think what I started to notice is that my personal brand exploded. At some point in the past year, I
Mm.
would go to events and I couldn't go with like a guest anymore because it was like Heidi, Heidi, Heidi. And it was a little overwhelming, but I was sort of watching what was happening and I was like really building community as well at the same time. And my followers, like my connections just also exploded. And I feel like I had just sort of outgrown my shell. And it made sense for a number of reasons for me to it was like now or never, right? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it now or never. And I decided one day that I was doing this and I put everything together in a corporation, all the legal stuff, the licensing, everything. There's quite a bit to launching a company that I didn't know how to do at the onset. And 3 weeks later, I launched. It was that fast.
That quick. Okay, and so here we are 21 days in.
Yeah.
What, what have you learned about yourself and what is the okay, I usually ask this question to founders, like, usually 1 or 2 years after, but has the how much has the company changed or evolved, or what have you learned from, say, day 1 versus day 21?
Well, first of all, like the community has been so supportive, it's, like, truly blown me away. The amount of support and encouragement that I've received, I wasn't anticipating that. Um, I just thought, like, I'd be my normal island self, you know, chugging along. But so many people have come forward, like, you came forward on day 3, and I'm like, "Victor Genoa? Like, okay, cool, 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 cool." And like all these great things just keep happening. And I feel really, really supported. So like it just reinforces it was the right decision at the right time for me. Um, I also have some big plans in terms of community building. I do a lot of work with like students, grads, new Canadians. They're at the entry level funnel of our workforce, it's doomsday. Like there are so many qualified students and there are very few opportunities for them to move up. And it's really hard to break in. And so I have access, like I've been very, very involved in the community. And that's part of the engagement part of what I do is that like I'm quite involved. I attend as many events as possible. So whether that be like ad club or the Comb at a Home Awards, or Social Next or CMDC YA Awards. Like I'm very, very involved and I have access. And so what I try to do is facilitate the next generation to get access to all of these events in a volunteer basis. And I can turnkey put together a team that could help with something like registration, for example. That's the common one. Um, and they get access. I coach them a little bit on networking, spend a little time looking at their resume and talking to them about their job search. They get access to the event and meet the organizers, this kind of thing. And so that's a whole other part of what I do behind the scenes when I'm not finding great talent for Canadian companies.